Of course, the computer goblins strike at the worst possible time. But I will go ahead and get us started for the webinar on why every SRE and DevOps beginner needs a status page. So thanks for joining the March webinar. This is our third webinar in our Becoming an Expert series. This one is obviously about the importance of status pages, which are a key feature of the Uptime.com platform, one of the ones that our customers find the most helpful. So some quick housekeeping here. Disclaimer, this presentation may contain product features that are currently under development. This overview of new technology represents no commitment from Uptime.com to deliver these features in any generally available product. Features are subject to change and must not be included in contracts, purchase orders, or sales agreements of any kind. Technical feasibility and market demand will affect final delivery, and pricing and packaging for any new technologies or features discussed or presented have not been determined. So we do have the QA in the chat where you can add questions if you have any, and we'll be sure to get to those either at the end of the meeting or through an email if we need to follow up with you, but we'll make sure to get those answered. A little bit about the presenters here today. We have Teresa Holger, who is a technical support specialist on our very talented and intelligent support team. If I had to toot our own horn, she'll be doing the bulk of the presentation on why status pages are important and talking about some of their functionality and their use cases. My name is Lucas. I'm on the support team as well. So you may have seen our names coming across your inbox if you've submitted support tickets to us. I also work on the documentation. So if you find if you find typos in the documentation, I apologize in advance. That's on me. But so let's move on real quick. We also have Alex Brown on the call, who will help out with Q&A answers at the end of the webinar. He's on our customer success team. You may have talked to him as well. So moving on to the agenda. We'll have some quick intros to the company and what we do, and then starting on slide 4, we'll get into the meat and potatoes of status pages and why they're important. So who are we? Who is Uptime.com? Well, we like to think we're the future of website monitoring. Uptime provides a comprehensive and easy-to-use website availability platform for industry experts and partners. Can't stress enough how important usability and simplicity is to us, and making sure that regardless of technical level or knowledge, anyone can set up checks to monitor their systems and make sure that they're up and running. We also do provide tools for more advanced users to leverage the full capabilities of the platform and meet whatever use cases they may have. Through this approach, we've been fortunate enough to work with quite a few organizations. Some of them are listed here. And we've noticed that being able to provide this usable and practice simplistic solution, or a way that can be simplistic or complex, meets the needs of so many of our customers and the organizations we've worked with. So that's something that we continue to strive for, and make sure that we have something for everyone in the way that we offer our product. And to back that up, we have an award-winning 24/7, 365 support team. Again, really talented, intelligent people, happy to work with them. So we have great coverage around the globe, wherever you may be. What makes Uptime special? What we call the Uptime advantage. User experience is at the forefront of our development and product design, as I mentioned. We also provide some really useful visualizations of data that make it really easy to see exactly where your monitoring stands. We integrate with a wide variety of DevOps tools. So whatever software stack you use for your communications, your alerting, et cetera, whatever your use case is, we want to be aligned with that and make it as seamless as possible to integrate with the software that you're already using. We know we're not the only product to use, but we like to make sure that it's seamless as possible and as easy as possible for you to integrate Uptime.com services with your existing software. And also, we have a centralized reporting platform. You can visualize all your metrics from your different systems in a single view, And so it's a one-stop shop for anyone to get information about your system's availability, whether it's your internal team or external facing users. So intro being done, I will go ahead and throw it over to Teresa, who will give us a little more information about status pages.
Hello, thank you for joining us today. My name's Teresa. I'm here on the technical support as I was introduced earlier. Thank you very much for the introduction. Today we're going to talk about why you need a status page. Status pages are vital for every SRE and DevOps alike because they provide transparent, real-time updates on system health incidents and maintenance to users and teams. They keep your users informed, they manage your expectations, and demonstrate a reliability and accountability, fostering trust among your stakeholders. In these dynamic environments, it is essential that your systems remain operational and communicate effectively during downtime. So this in turn mitigates data loss. Next slide, please. Uptime has a wide variety of status pages to suit various different audiences, offering helpful differentiations within the UI to assist you along the way by offering a public status page, which conveys incidents and maintenance updates to general site visitors and end users. And then your internal status pages to provide greater check detail like response time and graphs to drill down for internal teams. And then also a public SLA page to report on specific site status for SLA accountability. All status pages can be made public if needed. Next slide, please. Over 20% of customers choose network availability as a primary criteria when evaluating network solutions, and Uptime hopes to make that easy for you by offering our mobile app to keep you informed of any system issues, notifying you of any irregularities day or night, keeping you always in the know. Monitoring never sleeps with uptime.com. So with our tailored alerts, you won't just receive notifications, but also helpful insights to have you take action immediately. Uptime also transforms downtime into a testament of reliability and trust, showcasing your brand's resilience. It's not just an information hub, it tells you a story of your brand's ability to overcome challenges and maintain trust, whether it's public or private. Next slide. So as we have mentioned, a status page provides updates on events as they unfold, which in turn reduces support tickets and negative feedback. Today, we're not going to walk through status page creation, but we're going to talk about status page incidents. If you click the play button, we'll get started and we'll show you just a little bit how this works. So to create an incident, we will go up to our edit and to our incident tab and click add incident. We're going to title our incident, my test incident, enter a start and ending time. Choose whether or not we'd like to include this incident as downtime. Then choose the components affected and the, the severity of the outage that the components are looking at. First, we will select investigating in our update because we are just now finding out about this and we're going to let our clients know, hi, we're experiencing, we found this and we're going to type it in here and then we're going to choose to notify our status page subscribers of this incident. So as you see at the green bar at the top, it showed that that was going to go to the status page subscribers. And then also if you check our status page here, you will see the investigating tab. Now, in order as the incident progresses, we have to return and submit the new status updates through the incident itself. So anytime something changes, now we're going to click identified, tell the client what we're saying here, what we'd like to let them know about the outage. And then also again, choose if we'd like to send this update to our status page updates, our status page subscribers as well. So as you see, we're just typing in a generic message. We're going to notify the status page subscribers. And then we're going to subsequently go back and do that until we have resolved the incident. So next, we're monitoring the situation and letting our clients know. And notifying our status page once again of the update. Here you can see exactly how everything has been identified. And finally, we will resolve the incident. When we resolve the incident, we will have the option to notify our subscribers once again, and then also have our severity of the outage change back to operational, which you'll see once you click the preview button. So we're going to check that and then save it, and then we'll go back to our status page, components, and see that everything has returned to operational. Now, this is just a little bit about what our status page can do in incidents. It also offers quite a few other things. It's quite robust, highly customizable, and support would be happy to speak with you anytime about any of our status pages. If you have any questions, we're here, as Lucas had said, 24/7. So feel free to reach out to support@uptime.com. But that's what I've got today for status page incidents, and I really appreciate your time and listening to me ramble on.
Awesome. Thank you, Teresa. That's status pages are really a core feature and functionality of the Uptime.com platform. So it is super important that we want to make sure everyone knows how useful they are, and they're an incredible tool. And we're always making improvements to them as well. If you have any suggestions, things you'd like to see, you can always submit a message to us at support@uptime.com. We're in constant discussions with our product and development teams about ways to improve the product. So anything, obviously also any technical support questions you have, same address, support@uptime.com. We're always here to help you. So thanks again, Teresa. Super useful and informative. So quickly moving on. Just a quick note. We have the QR code in this URL up here. If you use one of these to sign up for a 14-day free trial, and then you end up going with a paid subscription as a result of that, you'll get a nice little 10% discount. This will also be recorded and posted to our public YouTube channel. So in case you can't grab it right now, don't worry, it'll be up there. So moving on to the upcoming webinars we have. April 30th, like I said, we do one of these every month, and they're just ways of kind of going into a little bit more depth about some of the most commonly used features that we have, and ways to sort of optimize your usage of the Uptime platform. So April 30th, we have how mobile apps for website monitoring can improve user experience. We have a great mobile app. You can get your push notifications on it just like you would an SMS. So that'll be an interesting one. On May 28th, we have the need for page speed monitoring for your website, especially if you are a web designer or you're involved in web design. Obviously, page speed, how fast a page loads is very important for SEO and for usability. So the page speed tool is really helpful for maybe identifying some places where your page can be improved. So really actionable information there. And then on June 25th, we have best practices for uptime.com transaction checks. Transaction checks are one of the foundational tools of our platform, extremely useful, and they can get very complex if you choose to make them that way. But we're always willing to help with communicating best practices and helping make sure that your transaction checks are working great. So I think that's it for right now, do we have a Q&A to go through?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead and move on to the, is there, I don't remember if there's a Q&A slide.
No,
All right,
this is
cool.
the last
All right, well, thanks again for joining and for sticking to the end of the presentation here. There's been a few quick questions here that I'm able to answer here quickly. Again, if we don't get to your question during this session, then I'll be sure that either myself or the team will follow up with you directly in email after the presentation. And again, for any of you guys viewing this after the fact with the recording, feel free to direct any of these questions to support@uptime.com and we'll get back to it as soon as possible. All right, so first question I have here is, can I customize my status page beyond the provided defaults? And the answer to that is, of course. We understand the importance of maintaining that kind of brand that brand presence, that brand consistency across all of your services. So we provide full CSS customization for the status page itself. We also provide in-depth customization for the templates and the look and feel of how the emails that get sent out look like. Basically, you are able to make sure that the status page that you build for your end users matches your existing systems and should be a seamless part of your general website and end user experience. So absolutely, that's a great question, and that is available in the settings for the status page and under look and feel. All right, next question. What if I want my status page to be publicly available, but only to members of my company? So another great question. There's a variety of visibility options available for your status page. You can have it publicly available to anyone. This is more commonly used for larger companies with a very broad end user base that anyone may need to see it, but we have plenty of status pages used for internal use only. But still, you don't want to need everybody to have a user seat to log into the Uptime account. You may still want them to be able to access it wherever they are. And for that, we have a number of security options for accessing the status page. So the first one is, if this is within your own organization and you guys already have a identity provider via SAML, you can link that that IDP like Okta or the Azure or any of the other providers like that. You can link those users to the status page itself. So that way, when you go to access the status page, you'll be redirected to your single sign-on login portal, which you would use for any of your other applications, and then it will then redirect you back to the status page. So that's one of the most convenient options. But alternatively, you can grant individual team members in your organization a status page specific credential, and this will allow a external user that doesn't have any access to anything else in the Uptime account. It will grant them specific access to a given status page. So that will show up a Uptime login portal. When they try to view it, they will log in with their specific web username and password, and then they'll be able to view it. So this allows you the security to make sure that any of the important data is only visible to the people that need to see it. So you have full control over who can see it and and how. So great question. We get that one a lot. Third question, which will be the final one for today's session. Can I fix the timestamps of incident or maintenance window events after the fact? Yes, another great question. So like we saw in the demonstration with Teresa, a lot of the timestamps that are configured while you are creating the incident, it is often more expedient to just leave the start time as now, because the important information, the timeliness of it is that you need to get this information out as soon as possible. If you have an incident going on, it's important. Speed is of the utmost importance. And so we know that sometimes the actual start time of a incident or maintenance may be prior to when you actually get around to publishing that. So we always allow for you to go back in time to edit the incidents and the events specifically within that incident. So you are perfectly fine to update those timestamps to say, okay, the actual incident started at 2:30 p.m., even though I didn't get around to confirming and posting this incident update until 2:37. You can always go back in time and make sure that the timestamps align with the actual incident outage timeline. So you can always go back and make sure that that is accurate as possible. Okay, I think that will wrap it up for today. Again, I appreciate you all coming, and particularly those of you as well at the end watching this on our YouTube channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you next month. Bye, everyone.